Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Hello, Chemda. Big shake-up this Saturday is silent trailers, but what did we just hear? I was ready to destroy the podcast, The Good, the Dad, and the Ugly.
Yeah, well, you all know tomorrow is silent trailers. And of course, you can get tickets and information at keithandthegirl.com/tickets. And VIPs, you already have a ticket. If you don't see your ticket in your inbox, keithandthegirl.com/VIP. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I have an announcement about the lineup. Mr. Patrick Schroeder of The Good, the Dad, and the Ugly will not be making it. What?
Oh,
yeah.
My God.
Yeah, he's scared. He should be. We've been talking shit all week. So JP McDade is going to be taking his place if he doesn't lose his nerve also. So we're going to be playing Casey James Salengo, Will Winner, and JP McDade. KeithandTheGirl.com/tickets. VIPs, KeithandTheGirl.com/VIP. Become a VIP member today. You get a free ticket.
Now, don't be shy. Why did Patrick say he couldn't make it? Huh?
We'll tell you on last week on Keith and the Girl. Become a VIP member.
All right. I think he is scared because I was all set. I had things on all these people to distract him. You know that. Oh, well. Here's a letter here from Liz. Hey, guys. I've been listening to the show about a month, and I love it. Okay.
I love the new listeners. Welcome.
I relate to so much of what you say. I recently listened to episode 3509 when you mentioned Sarah Silverman taking down a blackface episode of a show in 2019. There was some good discussion on whether or not material should be left available to the public versus deleting the episode. To me, it's weird. To me, Keith, it's weird because I'm going to go back, watch that, know an episode's missing. I'm going to have to go out of my way to find it. It just feels strange. I get it.
I feel the same way. I think, yes, it feels strange that it's there, but I feel like it's history.
The point was made that a lot of old jokes will outlive the time when they were either funny or appropriate, so maybe we should not censor those jokes. That may be true, but in 2019, blackface was offensive, and Sarah Silverman was obviously comfortable with it. She's only uncomfortable. She's only uncomfortable now because all this bullshit racism is being called out, and that's what she's uncomfortable with, so I say she should remain uncomfortable. Well, it's obviously her decision that she's uncomfortable with it being out, but, and I didn't see this episode, I think it's safe for me to say, I guarantee it's not coming off deliberately racist. It's coming off as her character doesn't understand why it's bad, and the character is going to learn a lesson. I promise you that's the way the episode ends.
I could see that. And I understand that it's still giving a pass. Just don't fucking do it. The context might not even matter. It doesn't, obviously, but listen, it's 2022 now. Some people are putting out material that they will be embarrassed of in like a week, in a month, in a year.
You hope so. Every stand-up album now is called Someone Had to Say It.
Yes. It's okay for us to be embarrassed about what we're talking about right now. In the future, this is what we think now. And historically, this is what it is.
That takes me to episode 3510. This person, Liz, says, with Kat Ramzinski, what the fuck? Not because she's in complete denial of any feelings, but because she's a centrist. Pick a fucking side. Yes, both sides have problems, but as Keith so aptly put it, one side sucks worse. Liz. Well, thank you and welcome aboard, Liz. All right, let's talk about all this. I got so much to get to. The great May Wilkerson is going to help us out. Hello, May.
Hello.
Good to see you. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to see you guys, too.
Are we believing you're very well? Is that a true very well, or are we just greeting?
Okay, let's get right into the therapy right off the bat. Okay, Chemda, how are you really doing, May? Really?
Does it when you're in therapy, does it take a good 10-15 minutes for you to ramp up, or do you get right into it?
Oh, hell no. That shit is expensive. I'm not wasting any time.
You practice in the car, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm practicing crying in the car. I'm practicing for therapy. I'm talking to people that are driving by in their cars. I'm like, so then.
Does this make sense? It was just, I don't think it was my fault.
Yeah, just nothing's my fault, right? Random driver. Yeah, no, I get right into it in therapy. I think you got to get your money's worth for sure.
Right. is it that, speaking of this person's letter, I was thinking this, especially when the Roe versus Wade gets overturned. Is it as simple now as it doesn't matter if Joe Biden runs again and he's literally brain dead, if he shat out his brains, you got to vote Democrat, don't you? If you're into body autonomy, if you're into gay marriage, if you're into the simple human rights, don't you? Is it that simple? Like, is voting that simple? You don't even have to work hard anymore to find out.
He was literally brain dead the first time around.
Yeah, isn't that how he got his first presidency?
I'm saying if he crawls now during the debates.
I mean,
it doesn't matter, does
did.
it?
Yeah, wasn't he bleeding? Wasn't he literally bleeding out of his eyeballs? And
yes,
I was still
true.
calling people on the phone. I mean, I don't call people on the phone. I was calling strangers on the phone and being like, "Please vote for the guy that's literally bleeding out of his face."
It's important.
Please. Yeah, there's nothing Biden could do at this point that would make him worse than Trump. Nothing.
Right. Mm-hmm. There's and his wife is in a little, fake hot water because she was given a speech. Joe Biden, the doctor, she had to issue an apology because she was at a, Biden made comments during a conference in San Antonio for the Latino civil rights and advocacy organization Unidos US, where she commented on the diversity work of Raul Zaguirre, the former president and CEO of the organization, who just won the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Here's what she said.
The diversity of this community, as distinct as the bogadas of the Bronx, as beautiful as...
Okay, let's pause right there. Bodegas, she's trying to say.
No, she's not. No, she's not. No, she's...
Read what you're going to say ahead of time, and you would go, what the fuck? She doesn't know if is it a people?
No.
Is it a family? We love the bogadas. Does she think Bogota is in the Bronx?
Oh my God.
That's so embarrassing.
It gets better or worse. But just read ahead of time what you're going to read. I mean, you got Joe, like I was saying the other day, Joe Biden is sounding like, Ron Burgundy. He's like, hold for pause. And another thing I want to say, it's like, mother, read ahead of time.
But also maybe she did, and all the other elderly Democrats were all like, yes, bodegas, that sounds correct.
Right.
Yes.
Why the fuck would I be in the Bronx? Yeah, sure, good for them. Like, they're not everywhere.
It's like, is that like a Whole Foods, but smaller? Right. What is that?
They must love them.
Yeah.
The diversity of this community, as distinct as the bogadas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio.
Oh, very good. That's what the Latinos are good at.
The breakfast tacos.
The delicious, bean and cheese tacos.
Oh my God, what's in a breakfast taco?
If you're fancy, a little meat, maybe bacon and sausage, but usually it's
I'm
like
not
bean,
asking
salsa.
you.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
not the one saying this speech. And by the way, she didn't say bodegas. No, she didn't say bode. She said bogadas.
Yeah, she said bogadas.
The diversity of this community, as distinct as the bogadas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio.
Oh my God.
And there's probably a smiley face emoji, like they're going to like this.
As slick as the Metro cards that you all use somehow to get around somewhere. And that Staten Island has been it's just a nice riverboat away, and it's only $2.75. No, I'm being told it's free, you guys. I'm being told it's free.
And then, Latino community, we want, let's see, in a statement, the National Association of Hispanic Journalists called the First Lady out, saying the rating team, they know it's not her, she didn't know what the fuck she was saying, the rating team should take the time in the future to better understand the complexities of our people and communities. We are not tacos. We should not be reduced to stereotypes. Then Joe Biden has to say, I'm sorry that I made it sound that you were human tacos. Oh, I did not mean that. And then they go, we forgive you. It wasn't even a big deal. Just funny and weird as fuck.
Oh, when people try to be fake humble, wow. You got to do a lot of research to be fake humble. because you don't know where humility comes from.
Right. But if she runs and doesn't have anybody running with her, you got to vote for her. There's nothing we can do. Donald Trump is saying he has decided on if he will. He didn't say the answer, but he has decided on if he will or will not run. He knows. It's in that noggin of his.
Everything about anything he says ends in stay tuned, because he still thinks he's on reality. After this commercial break, I will tell you my decision about being president.
He says he's made up his mind about mounting another White House bid in 2024, and indicating that the only decision left is whether he announces it before or after November's midterm elections. Well, in my mind, he said, I've already made that decision, so nothing factors in anymore. In my own mind, I've already made that decision. And then he said, person, car, camera, man, woman. He still got it, he's like to say.
What do you still got, a stroke?
I would say my big decision will be whether I go before or after. You understand what that means? He was then asked about the midterms and repeated the words, do I go before or after? That would be my big decision. I just think that there are certain assets to before.
See, you guys are right. Just say bogada at me.
Yeah.
Just say, just call it whatever you want. Call it the cat store. I don't, anything but this. Anything but this.
Let people know. I think a lot of people would not even run if I did that, because if you look at the polls, they don't even register. Most of these people, and I think that you would actually have a backlash against them if they ran, because people want me to run.
Oh, he's not wrong about that, probably.
It seems that way, right?
Did you guys actually understand what you just read, or
No, it's almost like he
Okay.
said balloon, cat, dog,
Okay,
and then we fill in then the news people have to fill in the blanks and be like, he means, so that he has to make some kind of sense, the midterms.
I just
he
heard
never said
we're
that.
all fucked. That's all I heard. We're all fucked.
you speak Trump?
It does often seem to just go back and forth, and if people think Biden shouldn't run again, it might just go back to, a Republican presidency, right?
Why don't we have any options right now? What's going on?
I think people like to think, look, we got to be fair. We gave one side at a time. Let's go the other side now. Okay, now let's go. It flops back and forth usually.
Because they hate people hate their lives, so they just blame the president on whatever's going on. And they're like, oh, I don't like my life and my job, and my wife is and that must be the president's fault. So if we get a new president, I'll be rich and happy.
Right. Donald Trump's first wife passed away, Ivana Trump. I'm very saddened to inform all those that loved her. Somebody wrote for him. I say that because nothing's condescending or mean.
Oh, I thought that first one was mean. Like, for all who gave a shit, sure, I give you this moment.
I'm very saddened to inform all those that loved her, of which there are many, that Ivana Trump has passed away at her home in New York City. She was a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing woman who led a great and inspirational life. Her pride and joy were the three demons spawned, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. I added that. She was so proud of them, as we are all proud of her. Rest in peace, Ivana.
Oh, I can't wait until he actually says real things. Please say he did.
No, that was it. If there were real things, like if he wrote this himself, it'd be, she accused me of raping her, but I promised her a job if she took it back, and boy, was she desperate. That should be in there. She accused you of rape.
Yeah.
Not rape. Was it rape?
It was rape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not
But
Hollywood
then she
rape.
mysteriously took it back just as he was running for president.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, that old thing. Yeah, no, I didn't mean that.
She was found dead in her place on a staircase. So the story is she may have fell at age 73. She was kind of seeing pictures of her. She looked like Tammy Faye. She was ridiculously dolled up.
Well, that was her thing.
No, sure, that's her thing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
May.
Okay, when you guys heard that she fell down the staircase, did you watch the staircase? Any of the?
No, it's a murder. Is it true crime or not?
It was a true crime story about this guy whose wife fell down the stairs and died. And it was very mysterious. And then it was discovered, and you guys should watch this series on HBO or the documentary on Netflix.
Okay.
But it was discovered that he also had another ex-wife who also died by falling down the stairs.
Stop it.
Stairs
So
are the
as
worst.
soon as I heard Ivana Trump fell down the stairs, I was like, oh, she was murdered for
Right.
sure.
Oh, she was pregnant.
Pregnant. I think she's 80 years old, but who knows? You know, everyone's going to be pregnant soon.
Well, I say she looks like Tammy Faye. It'd be funny if they put a picture of Tammy Faye there. Australian News put out a picture of Marla Maples saying that the first wife had died. Marla Maples is the second wife, the mistress at a certain time, quite frankly, that gave birth to Tiffany Trump. But yeah, they put the other one in the picture.
I'm amazed they didn't put the daughter because they all, the wives, the daughters, they all look the same. I don't know the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's that simple as a voting Democrat. In Ohio, an Ohio man was charged with raping and impregnating a 10-year-old girl. The guy was 27. She had to travel state lines. She had to go to Illinois to get an abortion because Ohio's laws already took effect. That you can't get an abortion. You can't get an abortion being a 10-year-old that was raped. That's God's gift.
What does he get?
God?
No.
I don't know.
I hope the death penalty because that guy's a dick.
The rapist. That guy used his dick.
He was arrested and confessed to sexually assaulting the child at least twice. She went to Indiana for the abortion. I think, yeah, Indiana. Ohio Attorney General questioned the tale on Fox News, saying that he never heard of the story and wondered if it was even true. Well, it's got to be true that it's happening. That's why these laws are so disgusting. It has to be true that children are getting raped. That has to be true. This one story in your state, there's no way it could be true. But surprise, it's true.
I mean, what are we even questioning here? That's how far back we're going with our stupid ass questions. Is it true? She's a 10-year-old who's pregnant. Who the fuck fucked a 10-year-old?
Right.
That's literally all they have.
That's it.
It's so bad that all they can do is be like, that didn't happen. It's like,
but there's a 10-year-old who's pregnant. Who fucked a 10-year-old?
The child was 6 weeks and 3 days pregnant, making it too late for her to get an abortion under Ohio's restrictive laws that were triggered by the Supreme Court's decision. Yeah, so this is the good news. It's easier now to vote. It's easier and easier. You don't got to do any research when it gets to the when it's game time.
you don't even have to go to a polling place. You can put it in the mail, right?
Right.
Do you guys have also?
That sounds
does everyone,
worse.
I show up though. I got
Honestly sounds worse.
Yeah, I
going
gotta
to
show up.
the post office? Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you have a regular job, you get off. You got off work for it. So take off work for it. Take a little extra time. Get yourself a sandwich and a tea. Come on.
Keith calls jobs with what do you call it?
Bosses?
See, I don't even know. No. What do you call it? HR and like a system, and he calls them regular jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But now we don't even know. Like
normal people.
What do you call it? What do you call it when you have time off, but like you don't have to call in sick and you still get paid? What do you call that? Regular jobs.
You know what civilians do, you know?
Do you get time off? I didn't get time off to vote in my jobs. I don't think.
I don't remember having a regular job.
But because they didn't tell you, you're right. This is like something in Undercover Boss, and you would say, I can't even leave work to vote, and they're like, well, if you check the bylaws of your manual, you'll see that all you have to do is ask 2 days ahead of time, and they're like, oh, thank you, you are a good boss, McDonald's, and Ronald leaves and goes, you're welcome, free college for somebody, I don't know, the end.
Honestly, if you never watched that show, Keith just fucking wrapped it up for you. No shit. These were undercover bosses. I fell for it for like one or two. And I'm like, oh my God, what a good ending to this. What a great idea. And then I was like, oh my, the third one came up and I was like, propaganda, you fucks.
Yeah.
You happened to come in like some 7-Eleven or some kind of big chain. And you found the one that's having quote issues, but it's really the one where there's this woman who's way too old and is just thrilled about her job, and she changes, and everyone that comes in knows her name and blah, blah, blah. And we spin that into a good thing because she's broke as fuck.
Yes.
She's She's living in gratitude, which is on her, not the company, not her pay, not anything. You're highlighting her. And then you're going, oh, and I guess like this sink could move over here. I'm an undercover boss and I just fixed everything at the 7-Eleven. And then they have this meeting at the end where it's like, remember that new guy that didn't even know how to sweep? He's your boss. And they're in a room full of 1,000 people. And they're like, holy shit, this whole time, Johnny Normal with the fake mustache was our boss. That's crazy. And he's like, oh, you know, all the unfortunate people that we came across that really is just unfortunate because we don't really pay well and it's not really that great to work here. Well,
for every dollar that they invest into our company, we're going to add a quarter to that, and they can retire with 50% of that. How about that? That was always in the books, though, so it's kind of your fault not to know that.
Well, they more did things like the three of you, because the cameras caught that you're not having the best life in the world. So the three that the cameras caught, like, oh, this one guy, his father comes in at 2 a.m. with food that the mother made, and they have like a 2 a.m. and they're like, how quaint. No, this is just broke. You don't want to do this at 2 a.m. They're just fucking broke and making the best of it. They're like, now you get to be the manager and your pay goes up 50%. This other person, you get to go to school. And it's like, 3 people out of the thousands that are there. And it's like, look at this undercover boss. No one wants to get fired here. It's like, whoa.
And it's just one Taco Bell commercial for an hour.
Yes. Yes.
With Taco Bell commercials.
Right. They bought the commercial. Oh boy. Wow. It doesn't happen anymore, right? Undercover Boss is done. It's
probably done. These idiots figured it out.
I feel like the audience was like, okay, already.
Let me tell you something, by the way. They have the CEO comes in.
We should interview the people who were on that show who got the glorious thing of like, and now you get to be our general manager. So you're in charge of a lot more things. I'm sure that comes with a pay raise at some point.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is fake because the boss will come in and he'll open up the McDonald's patties with his teeth, you know? And then somebody like, you can't open up with your teeth. And he's like, oh, how do you open them? Like, oh, we use scissors. Oh, I didn't know that. Let me tell you something. If I worked at any of these jobs and I started opening, hey, asshole, that's what would be on the TV. Dumb fuck. This guy's a real dumb fuck. Shithead. If you get caught fucking eating the plastic, we're all fired. You piece of shit. I'm going to kill you. I see that again. I've worked in these places. They don't go, let me explain scissors to you. Get the fuck out.
Also, how did you get hired? You're at such a low level position that really your immediate bosses, you don't go through like 5 interviews to get the job that these undercover bosses did. Usually your immediate manager is like, you showed up to the interview, you don't smell, here's the job. And these guys are like, you have a new employee. It's like, oh, let me look at your resume here. It says here you have this background. What? To sweep the floors? Stop it.
I'm seeing that Kevin Spacey has bowed out of the movie Genghis Khan because of more rape allegations. And
which is weird because the first round just didn't go away. Like,
right. But the producer and the director were like, you know what? I think this is going to work out.
It's been a couple years. No one's talking about Me Too anymore. We've got other stuff.
So good, because this isn't going to be the biggest production company in town. So I hope it destroyed the whole producer's family and their finances and everything.
Wow. What? Wait, hold on.
I hope it wrecked a life that you had to stop this movie. I hope because you had the balls to go, it'll be fine with Kevin Spacey. I'm going to do a movie with him and he's Genghis Khan of all things.
Oh, so you hope the person who was trying to sweep it under the rug is suffering from this later decision?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I hope he put his house up for collateral and you're just screwed. Fuck you.
Oh, then
fuck yourself. I don't know how the rapes are going to turn out. And he's such a good actor. I mean, he's in Wait, admit Kevin Spacey is a good actor, right? He pleaded not guilty in the UK. Sexual assault charges against 3 men. He faces up to life in prison on the most serious charge. Spacey has over 30 sexual harassment accusers, faces over 20 allegations of inappropriate behavior from personnel at a London theater. This is just that one place. This guy's going to rack up Cosby numbers.
Holy shit, it really sounds like that.
Yeah. And and when I was looking on Twitter about this story, and I just a person, I don't know her, Barbara DaCosta writes, Kevin Spacey is an amazing actor and has had some phenomenal performances. No one can say their personal life is flawless. Let's look into one Barbara DaCosta. How about that? No one could say their personal life is flawless.
Barbara, what are you doing on the weekend?
I certainly won't stop watching his films. I question why now these people have decided to come out of the woodwork. Let me tell you something, Barbara. Apparently my personal life is flawless. I want to be very clear. My personal life is flawless.
Wait, you mean
Jesus.
flawed?
Huh?
She said nobody's is flawless.
No one's as flawless.
I see. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
mine's flawless then.
Right.
We all made mistakes. I never made a fucking mistake. I'll tell you right now, this is the criteria.
I can't believe we're still using reasoning like, why did they wait?
I know.
So weird.
Like, you don't know by now why people think.
Why
Even
did
if
they wait?
You know you would come out. You don't know why people think they wait. Like, you don't even know.
Also, I don't know. I'm not even surprised by this because I just feel, isn't Mel Gibson still working?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
he denies the Holocaust. Like there are so many just monstrous people.
And said he hopes N-words rapes his girlfriend and buries her in the backyard, and he has the power to do it.
And
But
he's
but
in
Hacksaw
movies.
Ridge.
He's in movies, and I'm sorry, I don't act, so maybe it's like much harder than it seems, but it just feels like, how hard is it to find like an older white guy who will play pretend for $1 million?
I'll learn how to act.
Right.
I live in LA. There's a billion actors here who are not getting work, and Mel Gibson's like, oh, I'm too busy. I can't do another movie. It's like, what the hell?
Right. I saw the new movie Elvis.
Oh, you didn't really want to, did you? It's long. It's almost
I didn't
3
like
hours.
that. I didn't like that it was 3 hours, but honestly, it you got into it, and it didn't seem like too much.
Wow. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is the first movie over 2 hours that you might have said that about.
Yeah, this and The Godfather, but
Really?
yeah,
You're
yeah. In
American
fact,
as fuck.
I didn't want it to be longer, but I still had some questions. You know, I would like to know more. You know, they called Priscilla a teenager. It could be clear that she was 14. And was there anything going on around that? I would like to see the Fat Elvis days. They didn't really show that. You know, he had a diaper fetish. I heard. I would have liked to hear about
Then
that.
what the fuck did you see? He sang good?
He sang well, in fact.
What the fuck? If we're not talking about that.
It's more about his manager, Colonel Parker, who ripped him off, who took 50% of all his money, who kept him on drugs. You know, they still talked about the drug shit, but I wanted to see him do karate all fat.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think you summed up the movie. May, do you feel like you have to go?
I mean, all I need to know is what the hell is a diaper fetish. That's all I can think about.
Why did I go right past that? You're right.
Supposedly he'd be with women. This wasn't in the movie, but he'd be with women and he'd put on a diaper. I don't know if he pissed and shat himself while he's with the women, but he liked wearing
Pretty
diapers.
sure it wasn't just for the aesthetics of the diaper.
I like it. It like hugs me.
It just like really looks good with my curves. Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy. I want a whole movie about the diaper fetish, about Elvis's diaper fetish.
You want a
picture-
Netflix miniseries.
Yes. Thank you.
What else do you need, Kate? Do you need to see Elvis take a shit? Well, ironically, I do. I kind of wanted to see.
I never heard of that. Have you?
Did
I've
he
heard.
Die on the toilet. Is
Yeah,
that
he died on the
rumor?
toilet. Yeah.
So
Wow.
he really did?
Yeah, and the movie didn't show that. They didn't want to embarrass
Too
him
bad.
too much.
Maybe if he had been wearing a diaper,
Right.
he wouldn't have had to go to the toilet
Right.
in the first place. And
That's the biggest irony. I guess he wasn't having sex at the time.
so sad.
You definitely don't miss. The thing about long movies that does bother me is they make it so it seems to me they make it so you can go to the bathroom and not miss anything. And so when Colonel Parker
Do
makes
you
a
think
deal
they're
with
really thinking that in the edit room? They're like, this is pee time, but it flows.
it's pee time, or they'll probably pee here because it's a big scene just ended. So whatever we say here after the big scene, we're going to have to repeat. Colonel Parker made a deal with the casino. He owed them millions of dollars. He was a degenerate gambler. And he said, all right, I'm going to make Elvis not go on tour, only work your casino. How much? I think it was 5 years, $5 million. He's going to take half of that. Then Colonel Parker says, okay, we just made a deal. That's good for Elvis. How about me? And the casino says, okay, all your debt is forgiven. You keep Elvis with us. And we're going to give you free credit at our casinos. The casino knew that this guy, or anybody, is going to fuck up so much that it doesn't matter if you get $1 million free credit. You're going to lose it back to us over time. You're a degenerate. And so in the movie, they show this napkin that they made a deal on, and he drops on the floor by accident, and the camera stares at it. 10 minutes later, he wipes his brow, and they show the napkin. It's like, I guess I was supposed to pee earlier, because I get it. That's crazy deal. I get it. I'm onto it. You keep thinking Elvis is going to find the napkin, but they're really just showing me, Keith Malley. But anyway, that Colonel Parker, he would have been my dad. My dad would have been him if my dad had oil to sell as a snake oil salesman. But he didn't have anything going on. I remember my dad would be like, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't. And I'm like, motherfucker, first of all, you can't fool anybody any of the time. And I don't think that's the saying. I think you made the saying bad. I think it's you can't please everybody all the time. You can trick some of the people some of the time. I'm like, what?
He couldn't even trick his kids. They were just in prison until they were 18.
Right. But I heard some story, not from the movie, where he would get, like, if he's in a car, they would put coats on top of him so the women who swarmed the car, didn't know if he was there or not. At the end of his career, women aren't coming up to the car, but they would still cover him in coats so he thinks they're out there.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And was it like a bunch of men going like, oh, my God.
Yeah, okay. They have to rock the car a little bit.
Yeah.
Ladies, please. What? Ladies? I have a knife. Well, he's not here. And
well, ironically, if he stayed alive a little bit, no, he became a legend probably because of that death, right? Because I just feel like people love Elvis in this country so much that I'm surprised even at the end of his career that he was getting that response, because right now we have a bigger response to Elvis. We go to like Elvis impersonators. Elvis marries us. Elvis is on the wall. There's collector's plates,
Maybe they just thought it was weird that he was wearing a diaper. They were like,
Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, It's Now or Never, The Wonder of You, Suspicious Minds, Trouble, A Little Less Conversation. The soundtrack to the movie, I think, is very good. They'll take like Eminem fucking around with a Elvis song. Jack White, it's The Power of Love, does it with Elvis's voice, and that's fantastic.
You love that shit.
I love that shit. And Jack White, I didn't realize I'm putting it all together, what a huge Elvis fan he was. In Dewey Cox, the Dewey Cox story, the comedy, he plays Elvis. And if you know the song I'm Shaken, that's obviously an Elvis influence. So yeah, of course he'd be invited in this. Yeah, I give it a thumbs up. I wonder if it's, this movie. It's hard to tell though with me, right? Like I should have described it and then go, now did I like it?
Yes. I mean, I'm gonna vote no every time, and I'm gonna make out pretty well.
Right.
If I was betting on you every time and I said no every time, the house wins. I win. I become a house.
I think it's funny. I saw a review for the new Thor movie, Thor: Love and Thunder, and this guy Johnny.
Wait, what?
It's called Thor: Love and Thunder.
As in for Love and Thunder? What's Thor: Love and Thunder?
Thor.
Yeah.
And then Love and Thunder.
What's Love and Thunder?
The opposite kind of.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw the movie. I don't know what Love and Thunder is. They're in love and thunder. Okay. He's the god of thunder, and love is involved.
Oh, okay.
That explains it.
Okay, that certainly explains it.
Yeah, that really helps.
So this guy in the paper I'm reading, he said, another fantastic Marvel movies. These are always great. I remember when the last Marvel movie came out, and this guy, Johnny Alinskinski, he said, these are so boring, they need to stop making these Marvel movies.
Keith keeps track. Do you have a folder on this
I keep track of movie. I got a folder on you, Johnny, and you're on notice. Yeah.
Look how everything doesn't matter. Listen to me, everybody. If
Right.
you're miserable, just remember, it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm saying like, go and do the things that you want to do. Because these people say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Unless those things are crimes, like within reason. Let's not go crazy. But yes, if you want to go rollerblading, do that.
Work on it.
Yeah.
I give Thor a pretty good score. It was okay, but I actually when I wrote on Rotten Tomatoes, I gave it 0% because Thor's not a chick. But anyway, I don't want to say too much. Do you are you going to movies, May? You seen anything?
I recently went to see Marcel the Shell.
Okay.
With shoes on. I think that's what it's called.
Shoes on over here, right?
Yeah, that one. It was really good. It was great. I was
That's a little sock puppet sort of thing, and
he's a little
like this.
Yes.
Is it this? Hi,
yes.
Len. I'm here for you.
Oh God, I'm gonna start weeping again.
Did
cried.
you like me in the movie?
Oh God, I loved you.
What did the shell have to do? Like, what was the big
Well, the
challenge?
shell has a life.
Just
but,
talks like that, and everything he says, your heart just melts into a puddle.
I just walk over here, and then I have a shell on me, so that's awkward. So I gotta, deal with that, and then I want to write it on an iPad, but I don't have hands, so let me go research that. Hold on, I gotta go over there.
Why is it so charming? It's so charming. I love it.
All right, I'm in.
I could just listen to someone say literally anything about
Is there a whole movie?
We should get the Bidens to talk like that, and then everything they said would be fine.
Right.
They can pronounce bodega however they want.
Call me a breakfast burrito. That's
Joe
cute.
Biden, and
Everyone's like, "Oh, we love him now."
hello, I'm the third party. And when you think about it, 3 is better than 2 in a lot of different things. Like
That's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, if you need help, then you can ask 2 different people, and that's nice. So if you want to vote for 3 people, really, you're voting for me because I'm going to represent all 3 of you. Are there more of you? Oh boy, let's talk about that.
I'll vote for you, but I'm not
Yay.
sure what point you're making. Hamda.
But I'm not.
Are you
sure
arguing that, or are
what
you
was,
being
what was the question? I don't know.
subversive right now?
Just ask Trump and then see if you get a better answer.
I'm just a fucking snail. I don't even know what I said.
That's where my mental state is right now. Like all I want in life is to just watch a little snail just talk about its day. Like anything else is bad, but
Are you where are we at with comedy in the pandemic? Are you back to work? Are you still debating about it?
stand up, I kind of took a little break from stand up anyway before the pandemic. So it wasn't really I wasn't really going to get back on stage, and then
You went on tour with Alyssa, right?
I went on tour with Alyssa because I was like, well, yeah, I'm gonna get on stage if I get to travel around the country with my best friend and stay in hotels. I mean, it was so much fun. But in general, I don't know if I love the performing of stand-up enough that I want to risk my life for it with the kinds of shows that I would be doing.
Right. Comedians should be so much deeper, right? Since we have a chance of dying.
I think
You know what I mean?
comedians, I don't know.
Well, how
I
is
think
a little more
the
substance.
tour? How
I
did
think
you?
comedians already have enough of a sense of their own self-importance that we don't need to make them also feel like martyrs.
I see.
But the tour was fun. It was interesting to see different parts of the country's response to mask guidelines, because this was a while ago. This was in December and January, when where I live, everyone was still wearing masks in public. And it was just so weird to go into a place where it was as if none of this had ever happened. But now everyone's acting like that in LA too. So I'm
Right.
just,
Here too.
Yeah.
Here too, for the most part. I'm like, Are we still in a pandemic?
I didn't know that I'm like a huge fucking nerd because I always thought that I treated my body like trash. And now all of a sudden, like I have literally done cocaine off the floor in public bathrooms. And now I'm like the only person at Trader Joe's with like my N95 mask on, just like, oh no. But I think I just have a hard time letting go of the fact that there's still a risk. So no matter how high it is, I'm like, why wouldn't I just be careful?
There's another variant now, and supposedly if you got the, I guess, the Omicron one, this one can latch onto you easier for whatever reason.
I'm not, again, I was just saying this the other day. I met with someone like in outdoors, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I met like 2 people like that. And then I'm like, I'm ramping up. I'm going to start meeting people. It's going to be outdoors. It's going to be safe. And then, they start telling me about how their friends got COVID. Then I was about to meet someone last night, earlier in the week. She was like, I got COVID. And I'm like, okay, I'm not making plans with anybody anymore for at least a month, maybe 2. I'm going to see when this thing dies down again. But that's how it happens for me. I'm like, okay, I think, you peek out the window and you're like, I think it's safe to do a couple things. And then you feel like it's safe to do a couple things. And then you got to shut the blinds again. And now I'm back inside.
Is there any dating going on, and is that related to the virus, or is that related to people sucking? What are we talking about here?
I date. I dated more during the pandemic when it was like raging because I was so lonely, and so it's just a great way to like meet people. And now that I'm seeing my friends and I have a busier life again, I will just forget to date. Like it's almost like I'm like, oh no, what happened to the last year? I forgot I'm supposed to be like looking for love. So
that sounds healthy though, right? Like if you forget, then you're not desperate.
No, I'm definitely not desperate. I wish I was a little more desperate, if that makes sense. Like I think I would probably be happier if I think it'd be great to be in love and to be in a relationship, but I don't have that compulsion to go out and look for it. But I recently started dating more. So I'm out there. I'm on the apps.
How's it going?
Great.
Are you filled with anxiety when you have to let somebody go?
Yes, Keith. Yes. Thank you.
How do you do it? I want to hear an example. I feel
so seen because that is truly the worst part of dating. It's like if someone rejects me, it hurts a little bit, but then I get over it. But if I have to reject someone, I am just plunged into anxiety for days. I write out the note on my phone and I like feel like I have to tell them because I don't want them to see the little dots,
right.
When I'm typing it out. So if you look through the note app on my phone, it's just full of notes that are like, hi, I think you are a wonderful person.
Do you go back sometimes? Do you go back and do you grab?
Yes, copy paste. I'll just like change a little few details around. I'm like, I had so much fun when we went to the beach. Delete beach, add movies. Because I don't know what I'm so scared of. I think I'm afraid because I've had a few people take breakups really badly. So that's probably why. That's exactly why I'm so scared. And specifically my ex-boyfriend, the last guy I dated, he could not have handled the breakup worse. And it was so like, it almost took me months. I didn't really like him the whole time we were together, but it took me months to break up with him because I was just like, oh, this isn't going to go well, know? And
what do they do usually? Yeah. Is it like they want to fight for it?
What did this guy do? And
you're like, this is bothering me.
He's not, I don't mean to make it sound like he was like violent or scary, but emotionally he just had this like, how dare you waste my time? And kind of that sort of like, oh my God, like I'm blindsided by this. Like how I thought you were, because I think when I'm in a relationship, I don't let the person know that I'm unhappy. I just sort of like swallow it. So then they are often very shocked. And then I feel like guilty in that way. But then he also did this whole thing where he just kind of needled me with all my insecurities and was just like, wow, if you're not happy with me, it's almost like you're afraid of love and you're never going to find anyone. Like, if this isn't good for you, like what is good enough for you? And I was like, oh my God, he's right. Like, that's exactly kind of like a fear that I have, that I'm incapable of intimacy. So he really got in my head. And I also-
this sounds intentional.
Yeah, I think he might have been a little bit of a narcissist.
Yeah, this sounds like he's using exactly what he knows. Because that's being blindsided is not really.
Is it the boyfriend's fault for not realizing that you weren't really into me?
I mean, I was into him. Like physically, we had really good chemistry.
Right.
But I was always like, do you think you could like ask me questions about myself?
I was just gonna say, did he not ask you? He's blindsided because he never asked you how you were.
Yeah, and then he'd be like, "What are you talking about? I asked you how your day was yesterday." And I was like, "Yeah, but then I said good, and then you didn't ask me any other question." Like, it was the kind of thing where he would just once a day he'd be like, "How was your day?" And I'd be like, "Good. How was yours?" And then we would just talk about him all of the time, all the rest of the time.
Well, your day was good. I didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it there.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
I'm happy you're happy. Great.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I think because I've had people react, and when I was younger too, just people react kind of dramatically, which is normal. That's how people respond to breakups. If it's not mutual, sometimes they're like, they make you feel bad. And I'm really sensitive. So I feel so bad hurting somebody.
That's not allowed on the way out to like say.
Damn it, I should have told them at the time, like, excuse me, this is against the rules according to Chemda.
You ever send one of your notes and they go, okay, well, we have to meet up somewhere and talk about it, and you're like, that's only gonna hurt you more.
I don't. It's been a while since I've had that happen in the past where someone's like, we should talk about this in person. And it's like, why? Like, why? Do you want me to bring a PowerPoint presentation about all your flaws? But yeah, no, they usually take it fine. And they usually are like, thank you for your honesty. Thank you for not just ghosting me. But I think I might just go back to ghosting because it's just so much easier.
It really is. They go for a kiss, you're going for the handshake. Like, I don't think you read my note. Anyway, I guess we split the bill to make a point. I don't know. I guess whoever breaks up, you pay, right? That's the rules.
Breaking up with people over meals, Keith. I'm breaking up with people over text message.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I've had where it's like, okay, but let's meet and talk about it. And I'm like, okay, but I promise there's no words that's going to get us back together. So what do you want? We just weren't as close together as we thought we were. That's all.
Do you think, Keith,
and it's been 3 months. Who gives a shit?
Right. Yeah. Do you think you would have, do you think you now see the manipulation of let's meet in person? I feel like sometimes guys are like, well, I can't hurt her feelings. So yeah, I'll meet in person because we have gone out in 3 months, for 3 months. So maybe she deserves like an in-person something. Do you think you'll do that again?
Are you talking to me or Keith?
Keith.
Because
you were saying like you were trying to break up with someone in a text and they were like, let's meet in person. So you did. And then you still had to break up. It just was more uncomfortable.
Well, the Kyle has been 4 years. God forbid something happens. Yes, I guess I have to say it in person.
Why are you
But if it's 2-3 months and we fuck once every 2 weeks, I don't owe you a sandwich.
Yeah, I agree. I think those people are trying to win you. I think they're trying to win you back. I think they're like, maybe if I wear that shirt he likes, he'll be like, you know what? I changed my mind. Yeah. Yeah,
the one I'm thinking of specifically right now is a glow-in-the-dark bra under a white T-shirt. That's not a cool. Come on.
That's actually a really good idea. I'm gonna write that down. Note that down. Win him back with a glow-in-the-dark bra.
A quick. How about a quick ass grab goodbye? Just to finalize it. Yeah. It was tough, but
yeah,
you gotta
I know you were gonna break up with me, but I just wanted to remind you I have breasts, so that might change things for you.
Are you happy in general?
Yeah, I am actually.
Okay.
Can you believe it?
I can because you haven't been dating. That's not
I mean, honestly, it's true. Like dating is so stressful. It's so stressful, especially at the beginning part of the relationship when you don't know what it is and you can't have the conversation and like your phone becomes this like ticking bomb where every time you get a text, you're like, what is it? And like your whole day revolves around is that normal? Am I
That's
crazy?
happened. Yeah.
Like, when
Because
you
you're trying
really
to
like
figure it
someone?
out, but you're also excited. So it's like, is this the text
Yeah.
from this person? And am I getting what it really means, or am I making it up? And yeah, there's a whole lot of mystery.
And
Yeah.
you don't have them yet, so you really like them, and you haven't yet realized. And then once you get them, and then you discover that you're not compatible, that's disappointing in a whole other. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it, but I do. I do, but I don't.
You ever think of doing a quiz on a website for guys? And it's, find out if you're a Samantha. You take a test and you find out if you can be with a May.
You know what? Keith might have just solved my love life problems.
Right?
I just need to go to BuzzFeed.com and find out which Sex and the City character I am.
Ask questions like, from that Scruples game. I don't know if you know this game, but it's like, all right, you're at a party, food fell on the floor, but nobody saw it. Do you serve it anyway? This kind of thing. And then you go with the answers that you relate to.
Ooh, I like that for a dating app, but I
Yeah.
haven't dated in forever.
Okay,
So I
humble
don't know.
brag. I get it.
I've been too happy, so I can't
I'm
relate
just
to
like
this.
so in love, and I don't even have to leave my house. That's how in love I am.
I always have these stupid ideas about, oh, that's a good idea for dating, and everyone's like, you sound stupid, but I like that idea. Does that not sound fun?
Whatever. Give me your ideas. Whatever I'm doing, it's not working. So, do
Do you accept DMs, or is that too forward?
I accept them?
Will you entertain them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's the answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, DMing is like how you meet I feel DMing is the ultimate dating app.
Okay.
Is the DMs, because it's a very like subtle, laugh emoji, and then suddenly you're, having sex. It's like, that's how it works. Every laugh emoji, leads to sex. It's a fact.
And
I gotta watch out for my emojis.
Yeah.
now,
Oh
do you
my
have
God.
to do?
Have to watch out. You're cheating on Xerxes. If you've been sending laugh emojis.
Oh no.
Are you? If somebody DMs you, do you do Instagram because that shows you're cool, or because you don't do Facebook? I have to assume. Do you do Twitter? Like, what's the best DM that shows I'm a happening person?
I mean, if someone Facebook messages me,
See?
I'm probably not going to get it for a while.
Right.
But I think Instagram is the one.
It's the one. Okay.
I mean, I guess like TikTok is technically the one. I don't know if people are meeting and fucking through TikTok. They probably are.
Maybe that's how you can tell how old people are. Like in their 40s, they're Facebook DMing each other. In their 30s, maybe it's Instagram. Maybe the TikTokers are in their 20s or
20s and teens is TikTok. Yeah. So if you're not sure how old somebody is, just ask them what app they're trying to fuck on.
I gotta send May a 6-second dance. You know what I mean? Come on, let's just stick with Instagram. Good God.
That would actually be so romantic.
How do people find you online, May? What is the smartest way?
The smartest way is Instagram at May Wilkerson.
Okay.
Shoot me a DM. And or
what
Twitter. I'm on Twitter.
Sorry, she's on Twitter. What are you pursuing now? Aren't you at Shut Up May?
I am at Shut Up May.
Okay.
Yeah, on Twitter and just in life, just in general. That's my vibe. My whole vibe is shut up.
Are you pursuing anything while you're sort of waiting for pandemic are you doing something different, taking on new projects?
You have money saved?
Are we?
This is for Keith. Just kidding.
We're not talking about dating anymore.
We don't want you to look desperate,
pursuing new projects. I'm pursuing some new projects. His name is Mike. So yes, I've been writing a lot. So I'm working on trying to break into that side of the industry. Working on a fun project with Alyssa in Paris right now. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Exciting. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so lots coming our way. This project sounds exciting. We stay tuned. We don't know if Trump's gonna run. Stay tuned. There's all these. The future is lots
pretty
happening.
Sure the only thing we do know for sure is Trump is going to run. I mean, do you think that there's a possibility that when he said that he meant he wasn't going to?
If he keeps getting attention, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Oh, you think he might not run?
He might not, because why spoil it? Well, he did not win the second time. That's a risk now.
I also think it depends. I don't know that he enjoyed the work that he was avoiding, as the president. So I don't know if he wants to go in there and avoid that when I think he's doing financially well now. So I don't know that he would want to. Then again, the leader of the United States of America, he might just do it just to do it.
This is the best news I've ever heard, because every time this comes up, there's always some guy or woman who's just like, he's gonna win again. Like, I know it, and it's gonna get worse. And I'm always like, oh no.
I think they just don't want to. I mean, what the fuck do I know? But I think they just don't want to be surprised. Like, it's gonna get worse. He's gonna run. We're all gonna be slaves.
That's so
then when
true.
it happens, they're like, how horrible the world. But I'm not surprised.
That's such a good point, because the first time we talk about Blindsided, I mean, we all were like, things are going to work out great with Hillary. We have a woman president. We were marching around in blazers like the day that before we even vote. People forgot
pads.
they forgot to vote because they were like too busy like picking up their blue power suit, taking selfies. Just like, we have a female president, and it was like, not yet, we don't. So yeah, maybe people are just preparing against that kind of dumb, naive optimism.
Well, fingers crossed.
Smart.
Yeah. May, great seeing you. Thank you so much for your time.
Love seeing you guys always. Thanks for having me.
You're the best. So Saturday, once again, who are the contestants with balls?
Casey James Salango, Will Winner, JP McDade. Let's see.
And I can't wait to tell you what happened with Patrick, and I will. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.